Hey everybody. So, hello. I just got home, and today was kind of one of those days where like things didn't really go according to plan, but it did work out in my favor. Like, I've got this coworker, right? And we've had some friction in the past, and like I think today was the very first step in figuring it out and like getting back to a place of camaraderie. So essentially, they called today and they were like, "Hey, can you stay 30 minutes late?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then 30 minutes later, they called back and they'd be like, "How about another 30 minutes?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And it ended up being like almost 2 hours. I was supposed to be off at 3 and I got off at 5, which was fine because I wanted the money. So no problem there. But like every time she's wanted like me to cover her shifts, it's been like a massive inconvenience for me, and I don't get anything out of it because she wants to switch instead of like just letting me work both of them. Because if it was extra money, no problem, I'll do it. But if it's literally just inconveniencing me and I don't get anything out of it, like that's a tougher sell, man. That's a tougher sell. So anyway, I got extra money covering, and like she was basically like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I never do this, like thank you so much." And I'm like, "You know what, if I ever wind up shit creek, like don't give me a hard time." And she's like, "Deal." So hopefully someday if I ever do have like an emergency where it's necessary, it'll be okay. Oh my god, all my vines are falling. They've been kind of like popping off of the walls a little bit, and I need to reattach them in a lot of places, but like you can see, it's almost like they're more tangled than usual, which honestly I don't think it'll be a bad thing. You can see some of the stickers are still there. I just have to like reattach them and maybe like put up a couple more anchors to hold the weight down. All of the ones on the wall over there have been totally fine. Like they don't fall off at all. I don't know if this will work. But all the ones on the other walls are totally okay. It's really just right here because there's so much extra weight. What else was I going to say? But yeah, today was kind of a day where like we made some ground with some people that there might have been some friction with. And I saw Gym Crush, and like I got to examine his form for doing knee ups and muscle ups, which is really helpful. I don't often get the opportunity to see him do those. And it's really beneficial because I'm still doing my dead hangs, and being able to examine the form properly and the pace and how quickly he moves, how much control there is. And like especially when he's doing like regular or obliques, like I get to study and I learn a lot just by watching. But he was doing those today, and that was kind of my primary focus whenever I saw him, was just like watching the forms. It's very helpful. He used to be a personal trainer, so like I know he's doing it right, I think it was after the accident he stopped doing that because, can't, I guess. He's still PTing. But it was another day where I didn't really get to talk much. I don't know if he was actually in a mood, but just from like watching him, he seemed more tired and like not as jovial or energetic, I guess. Maybe he wasn't feeling it today. That's okay. Not every day is a day where you're feeling it. Where'd my cards go? But I skipped workout last night because I was recovering. Still recovering, and I had to work early, and I actually got a good amount of sleep last night. I got like 6 hours. So that means today would have been my off day from working out, but I now have to do my Thursday, which is fine. I'm fine with that. It's kind of like they got my rest day a day early, but normally I get to be awake for it and I get to enjoy that time not doing things, as opposed to this time where it just kind of feels like I slept. So I didn't get to have a night off where I didn't have to worry about it. I just like went to bed. We're finally in fall weather though. Some of my plants are beginning to change color. the flowers in particular. I don't think they handle the cold well. I don't think I'm going to get a greenhouse in time. Like, I mean, maybe. But, you know, like, bills are priority. And if I can swing it, it would be before winter. But a lot of my trees need a good amount of cold hours anyway to, like, go dormant. They have to go dormant in order to, like, come back for the spring, right? And I'm wondering if I should just let it be what it is. Protect them from the frost and the icy conditions as much as I can, hopefully by then. But if I got the greenhouse too soon, it would basically be like them missing the entire season, which probably wouldn't be good for them. Sometimes maybe the urge to protect something can lead to not doing what's best for it. And I'm getting like a parenting reference here. Sometimes you try so hard to protect your kids that they're not actually prepared for the world. You end up doing more harm than good by having the best of intentions. It's interesting. It's an interesting parallel to have right now. I'm hearing sometimes we do the best we can. Maybe this is for a parent or for somebody who had their parents doing the best they can. They still got trauma. But now as a parent, they're starting to get that perspective. I don't know. But I'm going to go eat some food and I'm going to start this workout. And you know, I've still been talking to these guys. The friend material one. And the surgeon. Who I'm not getting a whole lot of. I mean, I'm getting some detailed information from him, but not like the super details. The communication's regular though, and he seems genuine. But there's certain things I ask about that seem a little cagey. Like friends or details of the workday, you know, that kind of thing. Broad brushstrokes. Time will tell. I kind of want to see what Spirit's got to say about all this. Even though we've only got like 2 minutes left. I did show him my no filter pictures today. And he didn't seem bothered. Maybe, see, part of me is like, and this is the insecure part, right? Part of me is like, well, it's suspicious that he doesn't have a problem with my skin issues. And part of me is like, maybe he just really doesn't. Maybe it's not as bad as I think it is. Maybe something else is going on there. Maybe I'm right to be suspicious. We'll see. But I wouldn't want to put into the universe that any guy who doesn't have a problem with my skin is suspicious, because I know from firsthand experience from people in my life, I don't have a problem getting interest, even with my skin issues. There's people in my day-to-day that are very interested. I'm not really interested in them. Work. The times you want most clarity are the times you don't usually get it. We're being guided to have faith. The right person isn't going to have a problem. And the battles are inside you. And union comes from completing those things, dealing with the insecurity, and being your true authentic self in spite of how you feel. Loving yourself anyway. I guess that's the message. Time to work out. Stay on top of your shit.